Good evening, friends and foes. Pull up a chair, pop a cold one. It's time to get a tad belligerent. Let's get silly.
All right, guys, on today's episode, the boys start the show off talking a little bit of sports. Haven't done that in a while. We kind of catch everybody up on the world in sports. Then we dive into a very, very, very good belligerent beverages, hit up a couple of the breweries that we love, and then we end with a Tinseltown tangent where we talk about Antman, the Wasp, and the Quantum Realm. Hope you guys like it. Here we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 101 of A Tad Belligerent. This is your boy, T.Wade.
Benjamin Augustus.
I'm DannyMatt.
That's right, the boys are back and better than ever with our second second YouTube episode.
Fuck yeah, baby.
Fuck yeah, so that's always cool. So, for those who are just joining us now, welcome. This, again, as we mentioned in the intro, this is our 101st episode of the boys getting back together. No Rachel, as again, you know, Rachel's not a normal guest, but she just kind of comes on every once in a while. But the threesome, the throuple, the Three Musketeers, however you want to say it, the Ninja Turtles minus Michelangelo, we're all here together.
Bad boys.
The throuple of goodness, if you will.
That's right. So today is kind of a normal episode. We're going to have our Tinseltown tangent at the end. We're talking about Antman, the new movie Antman the Wasp, and then we're also going to have our start of Phase 5. Yeah, big deal for the Marvel Universe, MCU. And then we're going to have a world famous belligerent beverage segment in the middle. But first, before we kind of get into those things, we did want to kind of do a little bit of catch up on sports because we haven't talked sports in a long time.
No.
And there's obviously been a lot going on. Whether it's in the NFL with coaches being hired, people retiring.
This little game called the Super Bowl.
We have golf kind of getting into full swing, pun intended. Netflix, check out the Netflix show, Full Swing, which we'll probably be reviewing in a few weeks, and then maybe in a week or two.
Tiger Woods playing friendly jokes on the golf course.
Yes.
Hilarious.
The fact that the people went bananas about
going crazy about it.
Which I don't get. Like, I thought it was just kind of funny.
No, he's up on the podium, feeling bad about doing this joke and everything. He's like, I was trying to joke around, two guys just having a good time. Right. I didn't know it was going to get this
If that is what gets national news, then we should have our own news network.
Casey Smith, who's on Barstool, she does a lot of the college. She's on the college football game day show.
Okay.
On Barstool.
Yeah.
She came out. She's a recently new mom. Congrats. But she came out and was just like, ladies, if you're fucking mad about this, this is a joke. I've made this joke with dudes countless times.
Right.
If, like you just said, if we're mad about this, our priorities are fucking way out of whack.
We're done. It's over. We have no shot.
No.
So, and the fact that just Tiger. First of all, we should be just celebrating the fact that Tiger is. I mean, he's not in it to win the event at the Guinness Invitational out in LA. But he's made the cut and he's fighting in the top 20, which is great.
Everybody who plays golf wins when Tiger plays because the more eyes watch, everybody gets. I mean, John Rahm almost. I mean, it's different. It's the same tournament, but John Rahm has been introduced to thousands of people this weekend because of Tiger Woods coming back.
Exactly. I really don't watch golf unless Tiger's participating.
Boom, there you go.
I mean, I used to be like that. I've learned to love the game, but Ben,
there's so more younger. There's a lot of young up and coming stars and superstars in the game now.
Right, exactly. But no, just whenever Tiger's in the mix is great. This whole joke thing. I feel like it's almost just anti-Tiger people, honestly. More than anything
else. Almost everyone's been rooting for Tiger lately. We got to find something to get on them about.
Exactly. So that's rock and rolling.
Also, NBA trade deadline happened.
Was pretty spectacular.
Crazy.
Considering the moves and the power shifts, and then I with Kevin Durant being traded from the Brooklyn Nets to the Phoenix Suns, and the fact that the Phoenix Suns got to keep their best three players in Booker, DeAndre Ayton, and Chris Paul.
The Nets are dumb.
The Nets. Kyrie kind of torpedoed the whole thing to begin with, and I guess they just felt like, why even keep Kevin Durant around? Just start over.
I get it.
I mean, it's weird.
It sucks because at the beginning of the season, the East had maybe 5-6 teams that could do it. Now there's really 3, maybe 4 teams. Everyone in the West, though, could make a run.
The West is pretty wide open.
Except for the last team who gets in because they have to play.
Well, it's probably the Lakers maybe.
But they have to play Denver, and Denver's a fucking wagon.
Yeah, they got one of the best players maybe ever.
Unfortunately, politics won't let Joker win his 3rd MVP in a row, but he's playing better than he was last year
Right.
when he won his second.
Correct.
So, like, that's unfortunately we're at that time in our life where it's like MJ could have won every year. Those first 6 years that LeBron was in the league, he could have won it.
Right,
pretty
and that's
much
why the
every
reason
year.
Derrick Rose won was people were a little bit of LeBron fatigue.
Yeah.
Right, and then but now we're in a 3-4 year period where the Joker is the fucking guy.
Yeah.
The new age 5, and he's out here slow-moing it, being the most unathletic pro athlete of all time, just
But he's so
shiting
fucking
on
fun to
dudes.
watch, though.
He's great. I love it.
He's a genius with the ball in his hand.
Dude, he looks like that 40-year-old dude who goes to the Y and just fucking absolutely murders dudes. That's how he play. That's how he's playing. Right
the
now.
White House guy who would go in all the celebrity games, the celebrity basketball games during the All-Star break.
I know.
And he would just.
Yeah, there's like a White House attendant, security guard,
Yeah.
staffer.
And he's just a baller.
He's a baller. And would
That's
just
funny.
jay on everyone in the celebrity.
He came in because Obama put the basketball court in
Okay.
the White House.
Yeah,
So,
and he played with Obama all the time. And
I did not know this.
6
That's funny.
years he's been balling.
Okay.
No,
But
he's
then
been
also-
on at least. I haven't seen him in a while, but I haven't watched all the All-Star games as much
Well,
as
I
used to.
mean, also it's been a while since Obama's been president.
Yeah, but the
So-
celebrity games, he came into at least 4 or 5 of them, like year after year. And
Okay.
Shout out Matt
With
McClung.
And then we got the good segue to the NBA All-Star weekend. You know, Matt McClung.
Dude,
Did he save the dunk contest?
kinda. He didn't miss a dunk, which
is
has been everybody's been doing that, right?
Yeah.
He's 6'2".
Yep.
He jumped over a 7'9", 2 people standing at 7'9", didn't put his hand on his shoulder,
Yep.
didn't do anything, got the ball, touched it off the backboard, and then dunked it. Same thing.
Yeah. Now he's
Then-
6'2", but NBA standards, that's really short. It's been a while since we've seen a short guy win the
His
dunk
vertical
contest.
is more than
it's
half
insane.
of his body.
It's insane.
It's
And
43.
He's not even really an
inches.
NBA. Well, he's a G League guy
Yeah,
mostly,
he's a
Yeah.
G League,
which is kind of crazy.
He's a two-way contract guy.
Yeah.
But they had to call him up because they knew he'd put on a show.
And his last dunk
They
at
needed
540,
something to save the show.
Yeah.
that 540 fucking putback was awesome.
Yeah, it was. And you know, his name now, like his followers on all of his social media pages have blown up now.
It might have saved his career. Like he'll get endorsements, things like that. Like Lord knows he's not making a lot of money in the G League as a 2-way contract.
Well, those guys,
Oh, no, he doubled his
there's just
revenue, which is probably
well, you know, there's
what
just
he
dunk circuits now. Like those guys, I don't know if you.
I'm not aware of this.
Well, I'll show you a clip, but a couple of years ago, TNT put on like a dunk contest, and just Shaq's reaction to this, like a scrawny, like 6'1" white dude.
Who's like out there in jeans.
Yeah, he's out there in jeans.
Fucking jumping over people.
I think he's arguably the best dunker in the world.
Yeah.
He's like a dude with like a fade with like a mohawk, and he's like bright. He looks kind of like Ninja, the video gamer, but a dunker.
Are we sure it's not Ninja?
No, it's definitely not.
Because how crazy would that be?
I mean, I'm pretty sure Ninja has bed sores from sitting so much.
That's why I say that's how crazy it would be if he's just like all of a sudden like just a da-da-da-da.
But this dude's in like skinny jeans that have no give, and he's jumping through the roof, putting his elbow in the rim like Vince Carter and shit.
Yeah. The chicken wing.
The chicken wing.
Yeah, no. Again, now those were the heydays of the dunk days. We had Vince Carter and those guys, even MJ. I do think that once LeBron said no, it kind of died because again, it gave everyone else a reason to say no. Like if LeBron's not doing it, I definitely don't need to do it.
We never got one dunk competition.
None.
From LeBron.
None.
Everyone just begging for one.
I know. And it's the one thing he's kind of really just stood up to. Like, no, I'm not going to do it. So I mean, I have thoughts on it. I guess if you didn't want to do it, don't do it. But it's definitely as a fan we missed out.
Yeah,
for sure. But
It's almost like he listened to his camp the first year, and then he got so much hate that he was like, I'm going to go against this because I'm going to make a point to myself to not do this. But in reality, like that's what happens when you get that much money at 18 years old and you're not like a regular guy. You're like projected to be the next.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you get all those endorsements. You get a $200 million contract from Nike, which is like immediately. And it's just like, okay, we need someone to fucking manage all this shit.
Right.
And then he's got 16 people telling him what to do. And it's like, yo, you're going to the dunk contest and this isn't a regular game? And you got all this money? Are you dumb? What the fuck? Not that we wanted to bring up LeBron at all. Shout out to him breaking the record, but I'm a Spurs fan. I loved it when LeBron, so I hate the Lakers.
And LeBron will throw down crazy dunks in the celebrity game.
Worst part is he does it in practice, but in practice, if he gets injured, he can still walk away with all the money because it's like technically playing for the
Correct.
thing. You know what
Now,
I mean?
anybody that has listened to our first 100 episodes, knows that, at least myself,
You're a LeBron hater.
I'm a LeBron hater. But
I'm not a LeBron lover, but
I'll give him not a hat, whatever. I'll give him a hat tip for breaking the record.
and there's longevity.
You should give him a hat off for his entire career.
No, I'll give him a little hat
To
tip.
come up with as much pressure as I don't even want to get into LeBron and everything. As much pressure as he came up with, being deemed like the great one and the next great thing, the king at 16, 15 years old.
He was on.
And to go through and not only
Sports
live up to all of that, but to not get into trouble off the court. Like, arguably the worst thing he did was host the ESPN interview to say he was taking his talents to South Beach.
That was cringy, but yes.
That's arguably like the worst thing
Like,
he's
it's
done.
cringy, but that's not like, who cares? He was only 25, too.
Yeah. No, I threw this in the group chat and I said that thing, what Ben was just talking about. I agree with Ben 100% that if there's anything to be said about LeBron, he's been an upstanding citizen. Like, we see lots of guys get in trouble for various reasons, whether it's, law-breaking stuff or just marital stuff or whatever, or just they're jerks to fans. Like, that's
Especially
never really...
marital stuff.
Right, that's
dudes get involved.
ton of dudes. That's never really been a problem for LeBron. So that is definitely a big kudos to him,
For sure.
whether you like him as a player or not. So
Or just like him in general or not, yeah.
correct.
You have to give him his props.
Yeah, he was props for that. So, but the main sport that obviously the three of us in America focuses on is football. And obviously the football calendar never dies. It's a very big time for football stuff. We'll talk about the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl just wrapped up. And I'm very happy the Kansas City Chiefs won. I'll be very honest.
It was
My future, baby, came through.
It was a great
Yes.
night. It was a good
$250.
game,
There
but
you go,
a
right in
great
the
night.
pocket. It was what'd you say?
It was a good game and a great night.
Absolutely, absolutely. So actually, we never really talked how we for the first time in a few years were separate.
Yeah.
For the Super Bowl. So how's Max?
So I went to Mac's house. That was dope.
Normal crowd.
Normal crowd that's been there the last couple of years. So his
Yeah,
parents
Ben
came.
and Red and the fan.
Ben, Red came. Red's new girl came. That was cool to rap with her a little
Was it
bit.
the same one from the holiday party?
Yeah, the one who got Chris Loud by Kevin.
Chris Kyle?
Chris Loud. It was Chris Loud.
I thought it was Chris Kyle.
I don't know. All I know is
The one who got
Kevin,
American
our boy
Sniper.
Kevin was sniffing around.
The one who got American Sniper, so it was cool chatting up with her a little bit. And
Is she cool?
Yeah, she's dope as fuck.
Okay.
My mom made fucking. My mom had a recipe for monkey bread, and I made it.
Okay.
It was fire.
Nice.
Was it good?
So good. So it's essentially the same thing as yours. It's like 4 or 5 ingredients, and it's just
It's the simplest thing to make.
yeah. But ever since I had it at your house, I was like, I'm making monkey bread every single time. Bodied by monkey bread.
Because
I love
like
that shit.
you never, no one's gonna be displeased.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a crowd pleaser. No, I'll say this about Mac's house was always good. The potluck always provided good food. There's always so much food there.
Potluck was cool. They had multiple TVs. That was going on. It was dope.
Yeah.
Cat took up one chair for a while, and then I petted it and it left. So I was very disappointed with my animal.
Like an animal handling
My
role?
animal handling skills.
That's too funny.
My
You're
animal
not
handling.
proficient in animal handling.
Oh, my animal handling went down from 8 to like a 2. I'm pretty upset with that.
That's unfortunate.
Pretty unfortunate because animals like me.
Hey, you free
Not
on animals.
people, but animals.
No, people hate me.
That's a joke. People love Dan. So, but we went up to Perry Hall, hang out with Jordan and that crew. And that was
Just a
fun.
good crew.
Yeah, Bree and Cash and those guys. Obviously, Jimmy and Storman were there.
Fuck yeah.
It's weird. Maine and Rachel were there. Like I walked in. I was late. I showed up almost right at kickoff.
Yeah.
And I saw Maine, and I dapped them up and everything. And then Maine kind of just left.
Yeah, Maine was there to eat food, and then it's like, I can't eat too much. I have a fight. And then left. And
Like just both, like kind of Irish goodbye to everyone. Didn't even say.
I guess to sleep or to fight.
To go fight, to do MMA stuff.
Yeah. And then but then Rachel, did she leave with them?
Yeah.
But then she showed up after the game was over. It was like the weirdest thing. So Maine left.
Maine talked about coming back afterwards. I guess I just didn't.
It was weird,
The
bro.
funniest thing with Maine, he's like, all right, guys, I'm looking at these prop bets. Which one should I make?
What were they?
And, we're like, he was going just like the national anthem over under like stuff like that. And he's going through this stuff, and he goes, "Well, I'm going to be leaving, so I don't want anything too late. I want something that's going to happen early."
National
and
anthem's
so we're
always
like,
good.
all right, national anthem,
coin flip.
coin flip. And he goes, oh, he goes, I like this. He goes, what color Gatorade are they going to pour on the coach? I'm like, man, that's literally
The last
thing to happen.
That's literally the last
He goes,
thing.
well, I got to fight like in between. He goes, I should be back by like the end of the game. And I'm like,
Okay.
oh, okay, man. Just make whatever bet you get.
What's funny, so Maine's one of our
Do we have to check his backyard for dead bodies? What psychopath goes to a Super Bowl party, leaves before the Super Bowl, and then comes back after the Super Bowl ends?
He's literally a psychopath. We love Maine. Listen, Maine's one of our good
Bro,
friends.
that's some Jeffrey Dahmer shit, and I've ever seen it.
Maine's actually our first guest ever, right?
Fuck Dragon, baby.
Yeah, Fuck Dragon. So if you guys want to head back to one of our first episodes,
Well,
Fuck Dragon. No, dude, because it's a funny episode.
It is a funny
Oh, you almost died, yeah.
We almost died. No, that was a literally laugh out loud episode.
Yeah.
Maine is so not into sports, which is funny because he's friends with us. Well, I mean, he's Jordan's cousin.
He's
so.
a stereotypical fighter. Those guys are either into fighting or into sports.
Right,
That's
right.
it.
And he's into fighting.
He's into fighting.
We actually probably should have him on the next time there's a big event to preview because we haven't had him on in a while.
Yeah.
He obviously knows, you know.
Yeah,
that
next
well.
time there's a big UFC fight.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the party itself was fine. It was fun. The kids were fine. You know, normally sometimes you go to a Super Bowl party a little nervous about how the kids are going to be, but they were actually pretty. They were kind of downstairs playing by themselves. You know,
especially when it gets later at night, if they go to bed or something, and you're screaming still.
Well, it's funny because as soon as I walked in, Jordan like immediately kind of like came to me and goes, "Hey, just so you know, P's asleep, so you got to be quiet." I go, "Damn it!"
I'm
we were
so
loud for a
glad
little bit. You got there like right after she went to bed.
Well, dude, I thought we were actually really good. I thought that was the quietest we've probably ever been in the house.
Yeah.
So like Rachel was not super mad at us.
No.
I'm actually glad
Other
I didn't
Rachel.
go though, because I'm actually glad I didn't go though because every time people tell me that I'm like okay, and then I go back to my
we were in control though.
We were mostly in control.
Like we weren't in like the kitchen dining room area watching the TV. We were downstairs,
Yeah.
so we got a little loud at times, but overall we were.
I mean, half what we normally are, to be honest.
for sure.
But the best part of the night was just Jared was there, and like it was the first, and like just. It just reminded me that Jared's back home. So shout out, Jared. Glad you're back home, brother.
I was gonna say how much did you talk with him at the?
A little bit, but you know, at the bull roast, there's gazillions of people.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I'm handshaking like parents and students.
And you know, half of the gazillion people.
I know a lot of the
More
people.
than half.
So I tried to talk to Jared for a little bit, but then I knew he was going to the Super Bowl party, so I was more excited for that.
Yeah.
Things like that. So all in all, very good Super Bowl. Now we did have some.
I won $200.
Yeah, I mean that. Well, the fact that you guys won, Vegas made a killing on the Super Bowl. One because the Chiefs won, and there was at least a gazillion parlays with Mahomes over his passing line. He was well under.
Yes.
Yeah. So I used my free $5 that DraftKings gave us, and I put in a like 6-level parlay plus 1,900 odds, and turned my $5 into like $98 or $96, which was awesome. And then with 2 minutes left before kickoff, I tossed my phone to Jared, and I just don't even say anything to him. I like throw my phone at him, and he like barely catches it. He's like, "What the hell, dude?" I'm like, "You got 2 minutes. I need $20 on a parlay." He's like, "What?" And he just starts panicking and putting stuff in. And he put Mahomes under 315 passing yards. And I was like, "That's the only thing about your parlay that I don't like, Jared. But hey, I told you to put in what you want." And it hit, and it won me like
Dude, not only did it hit, like he didn't even get to half his number. Like, he was so far under his line.
So far. At the halftime, I was like, "All right, Jared, that's starting to look pretty good."
Yeah.
I had a futures on the Chiefs.
Yeah, you told me about that.
In October.
Put it in a while ago.
Yeah, October. It was like 22 to. It was like 19 to 1 or something, or not 19 to 1. It was like 15 to 1 or something like that. And then day of, I put an extra $10 on Mahomes to win the MVP because I was like, if they're gonna win, then Mahomes is gonna win the MVP probably.
Yeah.
So doubled up, got like 278 or something like that.
You could have hedged it, but that's fine.
I hedged with my parlays. I had two parlays going, and I had 2 parlays with like filled with Eagles and Chiefs guys, 2 of each, 2 4-part parlays. Both failed, and then I hedged kind of one way where I was like, if the Eagles win, I kind of think Miles Sanders could be the MVP. This is before obviously Jalen Hurts went off because he had only like 250 total passing yards the first 2 playoff games combined. So I was like, if they're going to stick with what they've been doing, Miles Sanders could get like 2 rushing touchdowns, and then if he throws another rushing touchdown, maybe then he'd probably win the MVP. So just a shot in the dark, just to hedge myself in case the Eagles won. But if the Eagles won that game, Hurts would have easily been the MVP.
Yeah,
100%,
'cause the
100%.
team pushed him into the end zone 3 times.
Illegally.
No,
Yes.
that's what I'm saying.
Which is now illegal.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts has to cheat, basically.
I would just not like Jalen Hurts.
As a Commanders fan, I hate Jalen Hurts.
I also think there was shitty coaching by the Eagles, like fucking putting Miles Sanders in the doghouse immediately after that.
It was so
out of
weird.
bounds. Dude, he's the guy who's gotten you there the
Yeah, like
entire
1,300
year.
rushing yards for the season.
That's
It
what
was
I'm saying.
super
And you
weird.
stop giving him the ball. It's
But that
fucking
here's the thing, man.
stupid.
Like the Eagles coaching staff are like real emotional dudes. Like you get Sirianni like yelling at like other teams during the game. Like he's super emotional. So he'll do those things from time
It's
to time.
fucking stupid.
Yeah, I actually hate him even more than Jalen Hurts. I like Jalen Hurts as a person. I think he's a good dude. But he's just a rival quarterback, so I hate him. I actually literally disdain Nick Sirianni. I think he's like a douchebag, toolbag, emotional
I think
crybaby.
he's a
Like the fact that remember there's a clip of him at timeout in like the second quarter of the Super Bowl. He's like waving some hand gesture to the Chiefs bench, and Hurts is like, "Bro, stop!" Like the 23-year-old is telling the head coach, like, "Dude, chill out." Like that's so not okay as far as like a dynamic.
Yeah.
but
Nick Sirianni is like Joe Burrow as a coach, but like way worse.
way worse. I don't even like Burrow's not like
Burrow.
I don't even know. Burrow's not even that bad. Burrow's confident.
There are two coins of cockiness.
Yeah,
There are two
yeah.
sides of cockiness is what I'm trying to say. Burrow is like this side, and Nick Sirianni is like the antagonizer cockiness.
He's
whereas-
more like Philip Rivers
Loses his fucking
than
mind.
anything.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Philip Rivers and Nick Sirianni mirror each other
Yeah,
very
yeah.
similarly.
Yeah. So, but the Super Bowl in general was very entertaining. Lots of points. Good way to end the season. The commercials I thought were fine. I thought the commercials were fine. Ben,
Yeah,
you have a
overall they were good. To me, it was one of the best Super Bowl commercials of all
right,
time.
go ahead. Explain yourself, sir.
So the game ends, the commercial comes on, and all of a sudden, our TV switches over. It switched over to a different HDMI, and
So you guys saw it at the game when the game ended?
went to
Resume.
commercial.
Game
Oh yeah,
resume.
yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
went to like commercial break.
Yeah.
And the TV switched over to a different setting, different HDMI setting, and all of a sudden someone has the remote and they are scrolling through the TV.
Yeah.
And 4 people jump up like, who's got the remote? Who's sitting on the remote?
I
And
did
then
that
it
too.
goes right to Tubi, zoop, and selects it, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's a commercial. Genius. And everyone I've talked to, at least one person at the party, but usually multiple people, were doing that.
We're
And
flipping
how
out, yeah.
great is it that all across America, at almost every Super
It
Bowl,
fooled
party,
everyone.
every household, people were yelling at their friends and family for changing the channel and for sitting on the remote.
Yes.
To me, it's fucking genius.
I didn't yell at anybody, but as soon as I saw that, I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I looked, got up, went through one room to the other room, and I was like, who's touching shit?
Yeah, it was genius. To me.
Trivia: what movie did the Tubi commercial go to that was
No
about to
idea.
play?
No clue.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Why
Oh.
I know that? I don't know.
Good movie,
But
though.
it was because I remember like I was sitting next to Jordan and I go, why are you about to put on Mr. and Mrs. Smith? And that's why I'll never forget that. Like, what are you doing?
That's funny.
Why are you about to put it on? So
It was genius.
it was really smart.
Genius,
It was
genius.
really smart. So so that there's obviously we could talk sports for hours and hours and hours, but we do gotta get on with the show.
Actually, let's take a break real quick.
All right, let's do that. So, all right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we'll get into our world-famous belligerent beverages. All right, and we are back. All right, so we are now going to segue into our world-famous belligerent beverages. Again, for those who are just kind of newer to the show, this is the segment where we review alcohol, essentially. Whether it can be local, we've done a ton of local stuff, or it could be something
Shout out
else.
Sagamore.
Shout out Sagamore. Or it can be something international. We've done international stuff, or even domestic, just different parts of the country. But this is kind of one of the main cruxes and one of the main segments that we do. It's called belligerent beverages. And normally we rotate and take turns doing each week. But because our fridge is so stocked, we have things left over from just things we bought or guests that brought over, things like that. We are going to just kind of do a fridge episode, essentially.
Fridge episode.
So, now, very soon, I would say probably the next month or so, we are going to have all of our scores available for the world to see.
Yes.
We'll have, whether it's through Untapped or some other
Yes.
Avenue, because we've
Untapped
been
for
doing
all
this
the
for a
alcohol
long time. What do you think? How many beers do you think we reviewed?
100.
Hundreds.
Hundreds.
Yeah, between beer, wine, seltzers, liquor. We do it all. You know,
I mean, if we want to get serious about it, there's been 100 episodes, so we do probably 3 to 400, probably.
I mean, I would say that's pretty conservative. Yeah, right, close to that.
Not close to 400 though, because we don't do it. There's been a couple we've missed.
There's been a couple.
Episodes we
We're probably
haven't done,
closer to 300.
And filler episodes we haven't done
Sure.
it and stuff like
But
that.
I would say 300 is probably a good
300
number.
though, because we've had some. We've
4 or
definitely
5
had more
episodes.
4 or 5 beer episodes than
Yeah.
we've had 2 beer episodes.
Correct.
Right. I don't
Correct.
think we've ever had a 2-beer episode. Have we?
So it's funny. Whenever
One or two.
whenever people ask me like, do you have any sponsorships yet, things like that, the answer is right now no. But we have to start to develop some really strong relationships with some different brewers, whether it's Saga or Bed Farm or Founding Fathers. Like, there's definitely
Brookfield Beer Farm.
Brookfield Beer Farm. Like, there's definitely some good relationships that have been developed, and we're starting to make our way into that field. Whether we're not being paid yet, but
We don't have a big enough following for it to be lucrative for anybody.
correct. So tell your friends about us, and we'll get paid. So with that being said, so Dan, again, it's not your real week. You were the one that kind of rummaged through the fridge and kind of picked out what we're doing. So what we got today, bud?
So shout out to Sour God, Kevy Kev, at Kevy Kev on Instagram and all the social media platforms. But the Sour God, as you know, if you've been listening, dude brings on the bangers every single time. And each time he comes on, he typically gifts us with 3 to 4 beverages. And this week we're going to do a Kevy Kev fridge episode.
There we go.
Yeah, we're gonna dip into Kevy Cat stash.
Yeah, the Kevy Kev stash.
Not that stash.
I wish.
All right, so what's the first one?
So first one, we're going to go local. Actually, they're all local. No. One's local, one's in Delaware, or 2 are in Delaware, Dewey. Brookfield Beer Farm. Brookfield Beer Farm is one of the ones that we did a Trust a Bro for. They're out western Howard County. They're fucking awesome. They have
You're
a
like,
whole
I think it's right on the border of
It's right on the
Montgomery
border.
County. Yeah.
Moco, Hoco.
Yeah.
And it's fucking awesome.
Yes.
You go there, you spend all day there, you take the kids there, they got a playground, they got a playpen area. It's awesome.
Really good pizza.
Really great pizza.
Yep.
Some of the best pizza in Maryland, and they brew fucking delicious beers.
One of our big fights of the pod came from that episode. Remember where you had to recycle your pizza box?
Yes.
And we argued about how you would have known that.
Yes.
So there's like a big giant sign sitting right behind us.
Yes.
Said, please do this. We didn't know because
There was a sign on the top of the trash can.
Yeah.
When you went up, so you had to like actually look down at the can to see it.
To see the sign, laugh at it, lift the lid up, and throw it away. You had to do all those things.
Exactly.
So that was fun. All right. So what's this one called?
This one's called Sour Cranberry Apple.
Ooh.
So I'm guessing this is a sour beer and it's flavored cranberry apple. If I'm being investigative.
It's pretty good, Dan. You're very insightful.
I mean, they don't call me Sherlock for nothing. You know what I'm saying? They don't call me Sherlock Smith for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So this is known as also BBF. So again, Brookfield Beer Farm Sour number 9.
Yeah, lot number 9.
Yeah. So there you go. So online tells us that the APV is about 6%. So that's tame for a sour. Some sours you get it to double digits.
Yeah. You're doing that.
But this is a little more compared to like your stouts, your lagers, things like that. Can I top this off?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is actually more than ties with the most from Kev's last time, and because Kev's were all like 4 or 5.
Yeah, a lot of the real flavorful sours he brings on are like 5s and lower sometimes.
This is actually more of a beer in my opinion.
It smells
more beerish to me.
That smells a little more beerish.
Get a little apple crisp from it.
You can definitely get a little honey crisps. Action,
Cheers.
it's only those red apples.
So again, as far as blizzard beverages, we do everything on site. Like, we
Oh
don't
my
have
God. This
we don't
tastes
have any
exactly like
beers.
cranberry
This is
apple.
good.
This is very good. We don't have any beers before to do the show. This is literally our live reaction, and this is delightful.
Oh, you meant any
Oh,
of
any of
these?
these beers. Meanwhile, Dan, because I was like, Dan and I have been drinking a beer this whole
Not
time.
those, I'm talking about our review beers. Yes. Now the DJs over there will drink during the show. I try to be sober and keep the show moving. So that's fine.
By the way, timestamp, it's
Oh my God,
11:51 on a Sunday morning.
That's why I had my coffee earlier.
That's right. With what in it?
Jameson.
I love it. All right. So as far as
Katie's worried about you, but in reality, I'm the alcoholic.
none of us are making Katie happy. Okay. So as far as the beer we're reviewing, this is very crisp. Again, you get that apple right away.
And you get like the cranberry pucker at the beginning too.
It has a
Or in the
nice
middle.
sour punch to it.
Super,
This
yes.
is a legit sour.
Legit sour. This is not one of the creamy sours that we've had, or like the
Smoothie style.
Smoothie style. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going for. This is pretty legit.
This tastes like legit cran apple to me, or like
This
a
is the
sour
most
apple.
sour with legit flavor that we've probably ever had on the podcast.
I agree with that.
Honestly.
You might be onto something there.
That tastes like juice though to me. This doesn't taste like any beer. This tastes like
Tastes like apple juice.
A little bit, but it tastes like
Not without the sugar, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
tastes like fruit juice to me. That's good.
Mm-hmm. I like the 6% because that tells you can feel it after a couple. But it's also not crazy. We're going to get hammered.
Definitely have a couple of these.
For sure.
Yeah, I would have a couple.
Okay.
That's a good one, guys.
This is a good one.
like
We're starting off strong. Okay. So, as far as the scoring goes, the way this works is each of us kind of go around. Scores out of 10. We'll give decimals. So, for example, you can say like it's a 6.6 or a 9.9. Obviously,
Olympic scoring.
Yeah, Olympic scoring, if you will.
I stole it from Portnoy, so shout out Prez.
Yeah, shout out Prez. So one of the other kind of tiers that we said was, and Dan, you kind of came up with this, so correct me if I'm wrong, but like 9 meaning like you will travel almost anywhere for this beer.
So when I say travel, like if you're traveling for a beer, like it's going to be relatively speaking. It's like if we lived in Maryland, you'll travel to New York for this.
Yeah.
Type shit.
Right.
But like in California, like come on.
No, you're not going to hop on a
You're not going to hop a
No,
plane
but
and do that shit.
if I'm on a trip in California, I'm going to seek this brew company out
Right.
and go.
Correct. If I'm in California, I might plan my trip around this area so I can hit this place often.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So
that's the type of shit you got to do.
So if there's a 9 score, that means the beer is freaking awesome.
But we live in the Mid-Atlantic region.
That's
on the
pretty
East
strong.
Coast, so like a lot of places within 4 hours from us we can reach a lot of states within 4
Correct.
hours,
Yeah.
north, south, or west.
Right.
So
No, 9s are rare for us.
rare, but I mean, I would not be opposed to like. There's a couple of North New York places that we give it 9s to that I would definitely travel to
Correct.
and go plan a trip around. You know what I mean? So for sure.
So, all right. So that being said, let's get into the scores. Now, for me personally, I try to kind of have some parameters to my beer, and that helps me get my score. So I want to think of, will I have more than one? For this beer, yes, I would easily have more than one.
For sure.
Would I have this with food? I'd say yes, because I think it has enough of a crispness and thirst quencher where it would suffice, but it's also not like its own distinct flavor. The other thing is, can I have this year round? It's a seasonal thing. I can have this year round.
Yeah.
I definitely think I'd probably enjoy this more like in the fall, like if I kind of like at a campfire type of situation. But I can have this in the summer and be very content, very happy.
I love apples. So.
Yeah, the apples. It's tough to make a good apple drink. You can screw it up pretty easily. But Beer Farm did it. Beer Farm, as we mentioned earlier, is one of the better places in the region, in the area.
For sure.
So this is a good beer for me. This is going to be. Again, because it's a 6, it helps it out. If it was a 7, it helps
6%
more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 8 flat.
Nice.
All
Good
right.
call.
8 flat right off the bat for me.
Yeah, I'm right there with everything you said, Tyler. I completely agree. To me, the thing that really gives us the boost, though, is like I said, this is the flavor that it has is legit. It's awesome. You get the apple, you get the cranberry, but the sour that goes with it is a legit sour punch that almost like brings you to that like pucker standpoint. Like you're almost about to pucker with it. I love this.
Mm-hmm.
And this is my favorite legit sour
I agree.
we've had on the show. It's 8.5 for me.
Get out of my head. All right. I don't like to do this a lot, but I'm going the exact same as you've been. 8.5 is what I've been thinking this entire time. As soon as I took a sip, I was thinking 8.5.
Yeah, it was mid-8s.
I agree with you on the point that this is the best actual sour beer that we've had. Typically, they're a lot sweeter than this. Or the sour doesn't hit.
Yeah, they have a little sour,
They have
but
a
you don't
little
get
sour.
that pucker.
This is great to me. Cran apple is my favorite juice growing up. So I love the sourness of the cranberry you hit up front, and then the crisp apple all the way through. It's fucking great. I don't know. There's not really too much else to say. If this was like
sweet apple flavor.
Yeah,
It's the sweet apple you get with it, and then
you get like a
it's delicious.
If this was like 7%, 8% alcohol, this would be a 9.
It would be a higher score for sure.
It'd be 9 for me.
Do we want to? I guess percentage.
Still wouldn't get
it.
it. Percentage wouldn't put it into the 9s for me, but
You have more space, so put it next.
I think it would, because you can't really do anything else to this to make it better except for make it stronger. And if they made it stronger and it still tastes like this, you're saying it wouldn't be. You're saying if this was 9% alcohol and it still tasted like this, you wouldn't bump it up a little bit?
I would bump it up a little bit, but I don't think it would hit 9 still.
I mean, we're not too far off though.
I know.
Yeah, it's not a 9 because it's not it doesn't have that flavor that just explodes. Where like the 9s that we had when Kevin was on, like it was like delicious.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean?
Those
Those are straight up juice you can drink with, like no sourness and
Correct.
just chug them.
Correct.
All right.
So all right, we're off to a good start. What else we got?
Next one, Benjamin, please. Oh, here's my flag. All right, so now we're journeying over eastward to Delaware, to Dewey Beer Company.
I enjoy doing beer company a lot.
Yep. Delaware has some pretty good craft brew places.
Hey man, people get on Delaware. Delaware is legit.
No
Delaware's fun.
I
Delaware's fun.
have a lot of family in Delaware.
It's better than Pennsylvania. We're state union. Shout out. Or anti-shout out, however you want to say it.
Well, actually, I'm finishing on the. Actually, no, we can.
Good choice.
All right, so we got.
All right, so these are both going to be from the Secret Machine series from Dewey Beer. This one specifically is the pineapple strawberry colada. I have a feeling this is going to be good.
Mm.
I love a pina colada, so
Getting caught in the rain.
if this is anything like a pina colada, this is going to be delicious.
Sorry. So Dewey Beer Secret Machine, what?
Pineapple strawberry colada.
Yeah, this probably be fire.
Oh shit. Best if stored upside down. Sorry guys, they weren't stored upside down.
What? Is that really what it says?
Yeah, because I
That's
think there's a
hilarious.
sentiment and shit that you wanna.
Okay. So this is 7% ABV.
Yes.
So it's a tick higher than the beer farm that we had, but it's fine. But we are Secret Machine fans, so we have high expectations here.
But we're not secret Machine fans.
No, we're high key.
Yeah, we're very public with
Yeah.
our love for Secret Machine.
Yep.
So this is pulpy, y'all.
That's fine.
I just looked at it. You can kill it.
Mike,
I like
top this off.
Yeah.
When I get OJ, I go most pulp.
Do you?
OJ, oh yeah, love it.
Good for you.
Some pulp is acceptable.
All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Stop typing. I'm drinking. I'm pulpy and I'm gonna eat it down.
Okay. That's delicious. I like this a lot.
That's tasty. You get the distinct, different fruit flavors in it.
You get the pineapple.
The pineapple, the strawberry.
Yeah, which for us, again, with the 300-ish beers and drinks that we've done, there's been so many times where a beer company or a beer can promoted that they're going to have some kind of flavor, and they didn't, not even a little bit.
False advertising.
Literally to the definition. I can think of what was the marshmallow one we had?
I don't get too
It was
much
like a marshmallow space one or whatever. It was like the worst liar ever. Like, I hate them actually. You don't get a lot of pineapple?
I get
I definitely get pineapple.
I get the strawberry. Big time.
Oh, I get the pineapple pretty legit. I like this a lot. Now it's not nearly as sour as the first one, but is this labeled? What would this be? Is this not even labeled as
I'm
sour?
glad. I wouldn't want this to be as sour. As
This is labeled a fruit smoothie beer, so kind of what we were talking about earlier. So it's not super sour.
It is good though.
I enjoy this a lot.
Kind of has a little nostalgic taste to me. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it though.
I mean, it kind of tastes like a mixed breakfast juice you would get
It does.
from one of those Dole breakfast juices from the carton or something.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Dole like the company, not
Yes.
Dole like flavor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dole.
yeah. I'm making sure.
D-O-L-E.
Yeah, just making sure.
Not DUAL.
Yeah. I'm surprised you're not fucking with this as much.
Well, I like it. It tastes great. The colada threw me off. I thought it was going to taste more like a pina colada, and it doesn't.
Well, with the pineapple and strawberry, it's almost like
I get a little bit of colada in there though too.
I get more strawberry daiquiri than I get pina colada.
strawberry's tough for colada.
I get.
You know what I mean? Like that's such a in-your-face flavor.
Yeah, pina coladas are typically pineapple and coconut. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. So
it kind of threw me off a little bit because this is more. If that would have said pineapple strawberry daiquiri, that like it even looks like a strawberry daiquiri.
it does look like a strawberry daiquiri with its color and consistency.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, you're right.
I mean, it's delicious though.
Right. I enjoy this.
It's great. I liked it.
Again, 7% I think is great because you're gonna get a little tipsy, a little faster. But see, I can't get, even though like I can't get drunk anymore. So Friday for happy hour, when I was the staff, we had the stained glass, and I had 8 Captain and Diets.
That's crazy.
And almost nothing.
I mean, I
drove home like no problem.
I'd be drunk. I'd probably be a little tipsier off that because I'm lightweight when it comes to liquor. But like when we were at the fucking the bull roast, I mean, I probably had like 9 pitchers of beer.
Well, I had a few pitchers of beer, and again, I was at the point of the bull rush too where I had to make the decision how my night was going to go. I was either going to drive home comfortably, be asleep, no problem at that time, or be rager. Let's flip tables and let's have a night. Like, you know what I mean?
Start pounding more pitches.
Yeah, exactly. So
also, it was very unfair to everybody else that me and you were both on the same team. Me, you, and Rachel were on the same team.
we destroyed a flip cup.
Bro, it was like 8. It was like 8 in a row. Everybody else was just like, all right, we don't want to.
They kind of stopped playing. Like, they kind of killed the game. It was too funny. Even Marquia was doing well.
Marcia?
No, her too. Sorry. Her as well.
Tyler and names.
But yeah, I can't say names well. That's just how it is.
Markia. Marquia.
We should play Name That Name. Tyler comes up with something ridiculous.
You show me a picture of the person, and I say the name.
That would be good too, but you just come up with your version of the name, and we try to guess who you're talking about.
We show him famous players.
Well, basically, Aaron. Balake.
We show him famous people that he has no idea who they are, and he tells us their name, and we have to figure out.
That'd be good too.
We have to figure out who they are based on his name.
That'd be fun. That's funny. All right, let's go with some scores.
It's like an adult Clue. But Tyler.
But Tyler. Another great episode.
That's one of our funniest episodes.
All right, guys, let's get back on Patrek.
So funny.
Tabulatory.
That all started with pterodactyl. OP.
The fact that Brady used that in a text later made me happy. All right, here we go. Focus. I like this a little bit more than Beer Farm, just because it's a little more flavor and a little bit more alcohol. So if you're gonna be more flavor and more alcohol, I gotta give you a better score. That's just the only way I can kind of comprehend this and do this well. So now it's not blowing my mind out, but I like this a lot, and I'm starting to really fall in love with Dewey Beach. So I'm gonna go. Is Dewey the I might be canceled. I apologize. Which one is the gay one?
Huey Dewey. Jesus.
Oh, there's a gay beach in Delaware. Which one is? I thought it was Dewey.
No, it's Rehoboth.
See,
I always thought it was Dewey.
I thought it was Dewey too.
My grandparents live in Rehoboth.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, that's why I asked.
I got made fun of as a child because I always said I was going to Rehoboth on vacation, and
like, are you
going to the gay beach? But
okay, fair enough. I always get it mixed up. So anyway,
Rehoboth is legit as fuck. It's got a boardwalk. It's got the fucking outlet stores, and it's
Delaware's a sweet state.
And my grandparents live there, so
It's all tax free when you're on.
It's all tax free, baby.
And they had a Texas Roadhouse like 2 blocks from my grandparents' house, and I was just smanging butter biscuits, body by biscuits, dude, for sure.
Body biscuits.
That was awesome. I also do all my Black Friday shopping in Delaware.
That makes sense.
TVs on Black Friday.
Your dad?
That was more of a point to the camera.
Oh gosh, I thought your dad.
Mini dad. Damn.
All right.
Yeah, that's the
Can't
Delaware.
room for that.
That's the Delaware dam.
It's
such a small state.
I like it. I didn't know what the fuck you're going with that. There was
well, if we're going small, then I really belong there. Oh.
1/3 Asian, baby. Shout out. Join the club.
But not small would be the score. I'm gonna go. That was great. Come on.
Keep going.
Yeah, 8.4 is my score.
Nice.
Not small,
Oh,
was the
man.
score. 8.4.
That's hilarious.
Yes.
So this beer is higher than Tyler's previous score, but lower than my previous score. It has the flavor. Yeah, I'm jumping
I
around.
have the Zach Galifianakis like math meme going on my head right now.
Algebraic equations.
Yeah, let me pull down the map and connect those dots for you guys.
Thanks.
Yeah, so anyway, I really like this beer. Amazing flavor. Pretty much delivers on everything it says it's going to deliver on. Has the alcohol percentage 7%. Delicious, straight up like a juice. To me, though, that sour is sticking out and it's prominent for me. It still holding the top score for the day so far. And but I'm gonna give this an 8.2.
Yes.
Delightful. I will drink this anytime. And if I'm feeling a tad belligerent, I might even have this as a breakfast juice.
Agreed.
So
I can see that. I'm going to be closer to your score, your previous score, Tyler. I'm going 8.1. Leave a little bit of room just in case the next one is a little bit worse, so I'm going to give that an 8. But I'm giving this an 8.1. I like it. Flavor's delicious. Alcohol percentage is there, but again, when they called it colada, I got real hyped for it because like Vacation Dan, I'm all pina colada, dude.
Sure you didn't go to Rehoboth Beach?
So, about us sharing a room in Jamaica, I might need to look for a new traveling partner.
About us sharing a room in Atlantic City. Like, you might just do a real solo.
For Jake's annual, for Jake, shout out Jake by the way, for his annual summer party, he calls it the anal party, like the third anal or the fourth anal, and they make pina coladas, pina coladas, but it's just
I love Jake.
inside joke.
Jake's
It's
hilarious.
funny.
Jake was telling a story at the Bull Rose. He goes, I try to explain my friends to people, and then also myself to people, and I just I make it sound like the biggest jerks ever. Like, yeah, this asshole, best friend for life.
You either get it or you don't get it.
Yeah, that's what he says. He goes, but like I also can say like I have 20 friends that I've been friends with 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're just friends for life, but we're all like wackos.
You either get Tiger Woods handing his friend a tampon, or you don't.
Or you don't. That is correct, sir.
Jake's gonna be coming on soon, though. By the way,
I'm pumped to have him on.
I told him just whenever he like the next movie or show that he gets big into, we're just gonna have him on for that.
Whatever he decides.
Because
there's lots of content out there.
Probably more than likely it's gonna be Dune 2 when it comes out.
That's this year.
Yeah, I know. So he'll be on.
Does it really come out this year?
It does. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Why do you think we all had our number one movie last year?
It was Dune.
That's not
That
Dune.
was my number one.
2022 was not Dune because there was no Dune.
Yeah.
What?
Our top movies in 2022 weren't Dune because there was no Dune.
Dune was 2021.
Dune was 2021.
Correct. Yes, that is correct.
In my favorite movies, I was like, my favorite movie was this because Dune wasn't playing. Because Dune comes out next year.
I need to watch it again. It feels like I watched it last year, but I haven't seen it since it first came out.
I watched it again like 3
I might have you
years
guys
ago.
over
It was fucking
to watch
awesome.
it like on my big TV.
Dude, let's do it.
Because you have to have that as close to a theatrical experience as possible.
Yes, let's rewatch one.
I just didn't like that Duncan died. I love Duncan Idaho. He's my favorite character.
Spoiler.
Shut up, man.
You're 2 years old.
2 years ago.
So there's this movie Dune, right? Sand everywhere.
Those of you who didn't read the books, Dan just ruined it.
So I watched like Bad Friends, which is Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee's podcast, and Bobby Lee will talk about what we just did, and Andrew Santino will be like, "Whoa, spoilers, dude! I was just watching that. What the fuck?" And Bobby Lee will just pull me and just roll his eyes like, "Okay, bro, it was fucking 3 years ago. Don't get everyone on my back."
That's me. Sounded like Bruce Willis was alive was dead the whole time. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Way to ruin the movie. I've never seen it.
Did you see that their bit where they're arguing who has more black fans?
Yes. And you see these like, whoa, I get way more black fans than you.
And Sponer coming to have 4. And then Bobby goes, well, I have the right ones. And then he's just, oh, fuck.
And then Andrew's like,
Keep
clip
it.
it.
Yeah.
I'm Bobby Mom. guys, dude. They're such a fucking funny tandem.
Yes, absolutely. So, all right. Let's head to our last beer.
All right. So, back to Dewey Beer, Secret Machine Part 2. This is Apple Crisp a la mode. So I'm assuming this is apple pie with a slice of ice cream, with a scoop of ice cream.
But isn't a la mode mean by itself?
I don't know, but don't they typically say that when it's like with ice cream though?
I thought a la mode means by itself.
A la carte's by itself.
Yeah.
Good call. Good call. Good call, sir. Thank you. Thank you for saving me.
You're good. I'll honestly, I'll erase that first part. So
You see it. That's fine. You see it.
I have my
right.
fucking D&D shit still brought up too. RIP to our fucking campaign.
So this one's also 7%?
Oh, this is last night, so.
Ooh, this one is
Is it thicky?
thicker than a Snicker, but not smoothie-ish. Kind of carbonation, but
So here we go. Translated from the French, a la mode means in the style of or the fashion of. That's what a la mode means. Typically is used to describe a pie or dessert topped with a scoop of ice cream, as in apple pie a la mode.
There you go. There you go. Okay.
oh my god, this smells like fucking apples.
This is our second apple beer. Look at this go.
Look at that.
Johnny Appleseed.
Sedimentary.
Apples to apples.
It's a great game. I love that game.
Apples is a
That
phenomenal
is a
game.
good game.
It's like a kid. It's a not. Lost it. Sorry.
Okay, move on. It happens. It'll come back to you, maybe. This is delicious, though.
It's a kid version of Categories.
I was gonna say it's a kid's version of Cards Against Humanity.
That.
Yeah.
Not Categories.
Categories is another fun game. It's actually a very different game.
Correct.
I love both games.
Same.
You just cancel me right now because I
Don't cancel.
You know about
Cards
ice cream
Against
names.
Humanity.
You don't know about
Cards Against Humanity is
Yeah.
the adult version, the
Yeah.
fucking risque version, if you
Yeah,
will,
easy
of
grade, Ryan.
Apple.
Not
Don't-
good
don't-
games.
I think Apples to
He
Apples
doesn't edit it.
I think Apples to Apples
He
is a
doesn't
better game though than Cards Against Humanity.
I mean,
They're the same thing,
I
but
get
it's
the
like-
satisfaction out of both.
I agree, but it's like I don't need to be.
I like categories the most.
I love Categories.
I do love categories.
I love
Yeah, it's like a
categories.
thing.
Yeah.
Points for alliteration.
I love alliteration.
Yeah. Speaking of alliteration, this is fucking fantastic.
Yes.
Thank you, Ben.
You're right, it is totally terrific.
What did you just say?
It's totally
You're right, it is totally terrific.
Absolutely amazing.
Absolutely amazing apple crisp.
Oh, now there you go. There you go. I'm not.
Oh, amazing apple crisp out of mode.
Yeah, that sounds
There
great.
you go. There you go. You guys are on fire. Slap hands. All right, this is good. So I thought this would be a little thicker because it's labeled as a smoothie beer, but it's really
I
not.
fucked you on that. I also said it was thicker, and it did.
But it
It's
says
not
Most smoothies, beers, we expect to be a
a
little.
lot thick, and this is not it, which is not a bad thing. It's not a negative, but this is insanely crisp, just like the first one we had. 'Cause again, anytime you have apple, there's going to be that crispness to it. That's just the nature of the fruit. But this is good because this has the creaminess of the almond versus the strawberry or the cranberry, the first one. That's why I like this one a little bit better.
I definitely like this a little bit more.
It's also more alcohol than the
Okay.
beer farm. We're stuck with the 7%.
Well, you're also fucking Rosie O'Donnell. So
Whoa.
Head to last episode to
Callback.
see why.
dude,
Yeah, please watch it.
Yeah,
you're lucky.
for
I couldn't,
content.
you're lucky I couldn't figure this out because I was trying to clip. I was trying to.
Head onto me or
No, I was trying to clip the scene where I'm like, huge L, dude. You took a huge L for that. You're fucking Rosie O'Donnell, or you're fucking Roseanne Barr. And I was trying to clip that to make that poster for the episode 100.
Tyler and I were just talking about A League of Their Own, and I think when you said Roseanne, I pictured Rosie
Got
O'Donnell
it.
in A League of Their Own.
It's still hilarious. Both are funny as fuck.
Both are fucking hilarious. So good. All right.
Not my best friend.
God, this is really tasty.
Watching that a couple times, I was like laughing out loud so much. My mom was like, "What are you laughing at?" Oh, Ben wanted to fuck
Just
Roseanne Barr.
What else?
Typical
I didn't
Tuesday.
want to. I was given a choice, all right?
Didn't want to.
Even worse.
Just put a bag on her head. Still counts.
Still counts.
I just say that using an Orioles flag so they could finally win one.
What'd you say?
Jesus.
He would say, like, you know, put an American flag and do it for your country. And I'd be like, use an Orioles flag so they can finally win one. I haven't said, oh my God, years since that was a saying.
Most people are in church right now. Here we are doing this instead.
We're just drunk as fuck.
We're just drunk.
See, a lot of people are out of church right now.
That's true. They're listening to us on the ride home.
Yeah, that's one of the things that always threw me for a loop when I was a kid. Until I actually caught on, I was like, oh, that makes a lot more sense. All these TV shows, we can never watch football, and we're watching football in the middle of church. And I'm like, that's bullshit. Football doesn't start till 1, and we're out of church by 12.
The latest.
Yeah, like, that's never been an issue. And I'm like, oh, everything's recorded on the West Coast, and it's all West Coast times. That makes so much more sense.
If I was a West Coast, I'd be the most unreligious person of all time.
You already are the most unreligious
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, but that's because I was. But I'm talking about
football.
the time that I was forced to go when I was younger. I would have fucking.
Oh,
I would have shifted my mom's car so we didn't have to go.
Yeah.
Shanked her tires.
I really never rebelled as a kid. I would have fucking rebelled as a kid if that was the case.
That's too
Dude,
bad.
I would have tired my own car in my neighborhood. Like put them on bricks in my own neighborhood. Went over, took the tires off, buried them in the backyard, put them back on. Fucking after football ended Sunday night.
Oh, I got a good dinner now.
Oh, see, Mom, you can go to the grocery store still.
Yeah. All right, scores.
Hoodlums are stealing my tires. Me, because I want to watch football.
The scores.
We tend to go on tangents every once in a while.
Yeah, this is the way it is.
We eventually work our way back.
We're a
tad tangent.
Tad tangent. I'm trying to figure out. This is really good. This is a high quality beer.
You're trying to figure out if it's really good?
What's the percentage?
No, I know it's really good. 7%. I went 8.4 with the pina colada. I'm going to go not much higher. I'm going to go 8.5. I get this kind of the same satisfaction, just a different taste, but I enjoy this taste a little bit more. That's basically kind of where I'm going with this.
Okay. So I think I'm looking at this a little bit differently than you guys. For me, this is actually my lowest score of the day, and this is an 8 flat for me. Still a really good beer. I really enjoy it.
Why?
The other two are just better.
That's not true.
I think they have better overall flavor. I like the sour more than I like the whatever kind of taste I get. It's like almost the sour to this, but not quite. It's not as good as the other ones, in my opinion. Flavor wise and then sour wise.
So I'm actually with Tyler on this and how this is the best beer we've had today. And I love almost the combination of the two previous one, where it's like they took the sour from the first one and then put the sweetness from the second one, and it kind of like melded together where it's semi-sour but semi-sweet at the same time. It's like a Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah.
Don't you do that to Sour Patch Kids?
Sour Patch Kids are elite. They're definitely a 9.5 for sure. I love Sour Patch Kids. This is going to be an 8.6 though. It's going to be better than the first two. I actually like this a lot.
I think I would have given this a higher score maybe. I would have liked it. I won't say give it a higher score. I think I would have liked it more if it was the first beer we had.
Gotcha.
But that apple,
that
cran apple.
That's still, that one made you think about that one?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I get that. I like the creaminess that the a la mode brings, that it takes away from the crispness of this, but I like the creaminess.
To me, the creaminess should have no sourness to it though at all.
Okay.
And
I actually like the little bit sour this is. I like this.
To me, it ruins the dessert flavor and the feeling that they're going for with the a la mode.
So I actually liked that the twinge of sour that this brings. So that's why I'm going 8.6.
But I want no sour with milk products.
True. Typically that's bad. Everything's bad. All right, Tyler.
I'm just sending this quick text message because I'm unprofessional as fuck. Okay.
All right, well, we can take a break again too.
It's also 2023. People are on their phones all the time.
That's true.
It's becoming more and more accepted.
I don't have to pee, but
everyday life.
I will pee.
Let's do that then. All right.
I don't have to pee, but I can go.
All right, we're going to take another quick break, and when we get back, we'll go over Antman and Tinseltown Tangents. Woo! See you.
I might have stopped the recording.
What, did you set up another one, though?
I started another one, but it's definitely 2 separate files now.
Oh, shit.
I was just trying to swipe the fucking bleacher thing out of the way, and I'd accidentally hit it. He's gonna be so mad.
He's gonna be so mad.
I feel like I should tell him, but like
No,
not
you
till
have
I'm
to tell
leaving.
him. No, you have to tell him now.
But like when I'm leaving. He's gonna be so mad at me, bro. I was trying to do a good thing. And he's gonna be so mad at me.
So that moment I was talking about. Sorry, what were you guys just laughing about?
I'm not laughing about anything.
Oh yeah, we're talking about me. Thanks.
No,
Well,
you
kinda.
might be mad at me.
You're gonna be mad at Ben.
So I went to look at the camera to see the setup,
Oh no.
and I just went to swipe a Bleacher Report away. And then another one popped up, and I was like, what the fuck? And another one popped up, and I might have accidentally hit the third one and stopped recording the video.
But then he started it
And I
again.
started it again. So it's 2 separate files.
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. All right, and we are back. All right, so now we're gonna. We just wrapped up a very successful Bleacher Beverages. Now I want to say this, like,
Shout out to the Sour God again for getting
shout out to the Sour Guy.
Okay.
Well, these got glowing reviews. It's not always the case. We're not smoke blowers, if you will.
No,
we
we get some stinkers sometimes.
And we let them know.
But
We
Kev
told-
brings
told-
fire.
He
brings the heat.
Kev brings the heat typically, but he's brought a couple.
Right.
He's right
I know. I just don't want
Yeah.
our new listeners to think we're just a bunch of jerk offs up here loving everything we have. No, we've destroyed beers before. And it's funny when we tag them in our post, they'll like give us a like or like comment back. No, hope you guys like it. In reality, we hated it.
Actually,
destroyed them.
Destroyed them.
Actually, that's something you guys can look into. Typically, how it goes is I've noticed that when we post an episode and we absolutely eviscerate a company, they're the first, or they're one of the people to like or comment the Instagram post.
Yes, they are.
So
It's
I would
not
go
funny
in and
that
look.
we
I
say
would
it.
go in
If
and
we
look
love
at that.
If we love them, they don't.
They don't even listen to us.
Well, no, not all the time.
Not all the time, but that's just.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't think
Obviously,
anybody
but-
listens to us, or any of the companies listen to us. I think they all just like because they see that they're tagged.
Mhm.
But if they knew they
Why
were being
they're
shit
tagged.
on, if they knew why they were being tagged, they wouldn't like us.
So we're very honest is what I'm trying to get at. Like we're not just loving everything we have. There's lots of times where things that we have we don't like and we let them know about it.
And those are two of my favorite secret machines. We've had a couple of secret machines on the show, and like I remember one I really didn't like that much.
Yeah, the one before Kev came on, we did a secret machine and it was not good.
Yeah, I bought one and I didn't like it.
Yep. So, all right. Now we're gonna head into our segment that we call Tinseltown Tangent. Okay. So Tinseltown Tangent again. Ben made a joke earlier about all the tangents we go on. We do a lot of tangents.
Hell yeah.
This is where we review something that has out in the entertainment world. Whether it's a TV show or a movie, those are kind of the things we do.
But it's all Hollywood, baby.
It's all Hollywood based.
Right.
So we're going to be reviewing Antman and the Wasp, Quantumania. We are very
Phase
large.
5!
Yeah, we're very large into the Marvel and DC universes and just anything.
Well, we're very large, but
We
we're
love
also
the
big
Marvels.
fans.
Yes. Well said. Well said. So this is the latest rendition of the Marvel universe. This is the first, not rendition, the first
Movie
wave
in
of Phase 5.
Yes.
Which is a big deal because Phase 4 kind of stunk.
Phase 4
in my
sucked.
mind.
Phase 4 left you wanting a lot.
Phase 4 honestly only sucked because Chadwick Boseman died. If Chadwick Boseman didn't die,
No,
we
There's
would
a
have
lot of other
no.
reasons Phase 4
No,
sucked.
but
Yes.
we would have had the pillars of Tom Holland and Chadwick Boseman because Spider-Man was awesome at the end of Phase 4, and we probably would have had Wakanda Forever sooner because
Yes,
they postponed it because he died.
Chadwick
We've had
Boseman
those
would
two
not have
pillars.
changed the lack of information they gave us about the multiverse.
Correct.
When they
I
brought all
don't
this
think they
stuff
were
up
ever
in-
going to give you the multiverse info.
Well, that's one
Well,
of
they
the
tried
problems
to. It
with
was
Phase
literally the
4.
name of one of the movies.
They brought some of the stuff
Doctor
up
Strange in the multiverse.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
crazy part is that Loki and Ant-Man Quantumania have tied in more in the multiverse than Doctor Strange and the multiverse.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So what we learned from Phase 4 is it's pretty much been a bridge to Phase 5. And Phase 5 seems to be based off of the end. The first Lake project is supposed to be like a big phase.
So,
And Phase 4 is basically getting you ready for Phase 5 essentially.
so in that scenario, what I'm saying is that instead of like a solid concrete bridge, it's more of a rickety swaying bridge now.
For sure.
Because Chadwick Boseman died.
I think you're letting them see you off a little bit too easy with that.
As
I
well.
also-
But
I
you're not wrong. It definitely hurts them.
I think
in
they
general.
were trying to.
impact is huge.
I think they were
and
trying
it
to,
really
like-
sucks losing Chadwick Boseman.
Correct.
I think they were trying to like Imagine if in the MC universe was a chariot. I thought the 2 horses that they were going to use were Tom Holland and Chadwick Boseman going into Phase 4 and 5. Everybody else left, and those were the 2 biggest guys. Yeah. And then the horse died.
I get
and you're going, one horse?
I don't
think he's going in a circle.
I don't think that it would have affected the quality of how great Phase 4
No,
is.
you're right.
It would have made
the storyline changed a little bit.
You still would have had
good movie.
You still would have had bad
movie.
Doctor Strange. You still would have had bad Captain America.
Agreed.
You know, all the TV shows.
It would have made a good movie better.
And I'm saying,
but it wouldn't have changed Phase 4 that much.
I'm just saying it would have been a slightly stronger bridge than we currently have right now. The bridge between Phase 3 and 5.
I would agree with you on that. I would agree with you on that.
That's all I'm saying.
So
I still don't like Phase 4 at all. Phase 4 fucking sucked.
Besides disappointing.
Spider-Man No Way Home.
Besides Spider-Man No Way Home and Loki. I love Loki.
I'm going to say this. Don't cancel me. The Asian one.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi was awesome.
Yeah.
I love Shang-Chi.
Yeah, that was good.
I also like that they're bringing him more. Like they're going to use him as.
I need more of him. I still don't know where he ties into anything.
Correct.
Yeah,
and we're almost a year
correct
out from his movie.
The problem with both of their movies is that the Eternals and Shang-Chi both haven't gotten.
The Eternals was awful.
But they both haven't
gotten.
They both haven't gotten woven into the phases yet. They're both like Han Solo. They're both the Solo movies to the Star Wars universe. You know what I mean?
Speaking of Han Solo, the
Apple TV show.
No, the Harrison Ford is joining the MCU.
I saw that. I hope he's a
Shang-Chi was 2021.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a problem.
2 years ago.
It's super unclear how that storyline is anything.
Shang-Chi 2 is coming out this year, right?
No,
next year?
I don't think so.
Or it's on the docket.
In 2021. We're way past Shang-Chi.
Yeah, I still have no idea.
3rd? Yeah. So it came out right after Dune. Before Dune.
Right before Dune. I still have no idea how that's part of the storyline moving forward, to be honest with you. But we'll figure out the 10 rings. But Harrison Ford is going to be the new Red Hulk.
I saw that Thunderbolt.
Which is hilarious. Yeah, he's part of the Thunderbolts, yeah.
His name is he's Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt General Ross.
General Ross, yeah.
His nickname is Thunderbolt. His code name is Thunderbolt,
mm-hmm.
and that's what the Thunderbolts are. Is the essentially the MCU Suicide Squad. Where it's Thunderbolt Ross. It's fucking a couple of the villains. And
Julie, what's her name is going to be the leader.
Julie Louis-Dreyfus
will be the leader of the Thunderbolts.
Essentially, Amanda Waller for the Marvel Universe is their leader.
I don't like Harrison Ford being in the cast at all.
He's going to be it.
I don't like that.
It's going to be freaking weird.
Because nothing against Harrison Ford. I love Harrison Ford as an actor. He's just...
You know who
the last few movies I've seen him in, he looks so old.
If you watch...
You know who should be Thunderbolt Ross? Seriously, though?
Good.
Is Sam Elliott. Sam Elliott should be Thunderbolt Ross.
And not to be dark, but MCU can't afford to lose another actor.
I'll say this, to your point, and you're not wrong that Harrison Ford has looked his age. You do have Indiana Jones coming out. I'm hoping he gets... He
looked old in the last Indiana Jones, so I can only imagine this.
There's a show on Apple TV with him and Jason Segel. Not Jason Segel. What's his name?
Momoa?
No, from Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh, Segel.
Jason, again, names by Wade. Wade names. They call it Shrinking, and it's actually awesome. It's a show on Apple TV. You guys should watch it. And Harrison Ford's in it, and he's doing a great job.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's what did I say it was? What did I say at the beginning? I said Apple TV something. I thought I said Shrinking, but it's not Shrinking.
No, it is called Shrinking. Yeah.
I thought I said Shrinking, but I didn't say Shrinking. I said something else, and I was referring to what you were just saying.
I didn't even know you were talking about Apple TV.
I didn't know.
Yeah, Jason Segel and Harrison Ford.
Yeah. So that was one of the kind of the bigger MCU news lines was about what's really kind of coming next. So now we kind of so that's kind of the overarching Marvel universe between the phases and kind of what's coming up. When you really kind of hone in on Antman and the Wasp, Quantumania. Couple interesting things. So Peyton Reed is the director. He's actually directed the whole trilogy. James Gunn, who did all the Guardians. Yep, and then John Watts, who did all of the Spider-Mans. They're the only directors that have done all the trilogies, like the Iron Mans, the Thors. There have been kind of different guys that have done those, and same with the Captain Americas. They've had different directors. So I do kind of like especially when you have such a large universe, I do kind of like when there's a singular voice and passage with the Ant-Mans. or just in general with the characters, just because it gives a little more familiarity.
Well, I don't like starting a story and not finishing it. You know what I mean?
Correct. And especially we've seen other trilogies fail miserably. Talk about the Star Wars stuff because of change in directors.
Correct. Talk about starting a story, not finishing it. The entire DC universe so far.
Facts.
Yeah, well, they're basically starting over.
Yeah, exactly.
James Gunn is basically after he's done with Avengers. Well, he's actually done with
James Gunn got hired and saw everything and was just like, no.
Basically.
No. None of you.
I'm actually pretty excited about the Flash because it was
still
James
wish
Gunn's
they
first
would've
one.
I still wish they would have recast the Flash, but
I know what he's done. I don't give a fuck about how good the movie could be the best movie of all time, and I still want him to replace it.
I'm excited about the movie, not even really about Barry's character, but like the Batman stuff, the Supergirl stuff. I'm excited about that.
How they
the future of DC.
How they intertwine the DC universe into it. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't really care about the Flash too much.
That guy could honestly get murdered right now.
Yeah, but the Flash is a big character, man, and just to have someone.
I'm hoping they recast him.
So the only reason Harrison Ford is being cast as Thunderbolt Ross is because, unfortunately, William Hurt, who was Thunderbolt Ross for every single Hulk movie, all three, the shitty ones too, died March 13th, 2022.
Yeah, all right, well, that makes sense. They gotta move forward.
What?
Yeah, this guy. That's been Thunderbolt Ross in the last iterations.
Mm-hmm. So again, I like how they have the same director and they have a good cast. So honestly, so when we're talking about the movie, we'll try to have as little spoilers as possible, but it's tough, especially since it literally just came out. I actually enjoyed the movie. I think a lot of people, there's a lot of critics out there that didn't.
I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Paul Rudd. Hilarious.
I love Paul Rudd.
I love Paul Rudd.
I think America loves Paul Rudd.
Well, he was voted Sexiest Man Alive, was it like a year or two ago?
I also like the other act. Michael Douglas is fucking awesome. Fucking.
I love Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer. I love Hope Van Dyne, whatever her real name is.
That's it, Hope Van Dyne. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer is fucking the wife.
Oh, so sorry. Lily.
Yeah.
Eva Lily is basically what
Eva Lily?
Yeah.
Evangeline Lily or whatever.
Yeah, from Lost.
Yes.
Yeah, she plays Hope, yeah.
She's a great character.
No, Janet is basically, the storyline is really Janet's storyline almost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Michelle Pfeiffer, who hasn't done a lot recently, obviously, she's getting out there a little bit in age. She still looks stunning, by the way. But she delivered and had some really good moments in this movie. And it's really her story because it's her movie because she was in the quantum realm this whole time, or for many time frames. And time is a big component of the storyline here. Especially when you get in the quantum realm and you deal with King or Kong, kind of what he kind of focuses on time. That's a big part of this next iteration of stories.
I love that they're bringing in Kang the Conqueror, and Kang the Conqueror for but mainly me for the comic book and specifically the cartoon stand. Like Kang the Conqueror is one of my favorite Marvel villains.
So
and that brings MODOK, he brings MODOK on, and he's the leader of AIM, Advanced Idea Mechanics, and Advanced Idea Mechanics are like the guys that the Avengers fight in between each big bad. Like they keep coming up in between each big bad, and when each big bad comes to the Earth 616, AIM, Advanced Idea Mechanics, is always the first people that are like, "Oh, you're trying to take over? Fuck yeah, we'll join you. We'll help you out." And they're always fighting them. So I love MODOK. He's fucking awesome. How they did MODOK was fucking stupid. Don't like how they did that.
No, I was gonna say that's one of my biggest. I have two ginormous gripes with the movie. That's one of them. It looked bad. It looked awful.
So MODOK in the
comic book down, it didn't look.
MODOK looks with
his helmet down. Every time I saw his face, I go, "This looks so cheap and stupid."
I laughed at it sometimes, but it was.
But they kept. I almost thought it was gonna be like a one little thing, but it became a big thing. And I was kind of like, if this is gonna be a big thing, which it was, they need to do a much better job with how it looked because it looked bad.
Don't give away spoilers, but how it went down in the end, it's just like
in the comic books and shit like that.
That shouldn't happen.
In the comics and in the fucking shit, that's the worst part about the movie is how MODOK ended. That was so fucking stupid. The twist at the end with MODOK essentially doing what he did, that's fucking so dumb.
Yeah.
MODOK, every time he gets defeated, comes back as a villain. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah, like,
He's fucking like
his
also,
turn and what caused his turn was very
so stupid.
very Disney-like.
That makes me also think that he's done.
I think he's done,
And that's so stupid.
Yeah, and I also unless
That's
there's
so dumb to me.
unless there's a multiverse
which there is,
version that comes out, you know, and it could be a different person with a different head or whatever. And
so
also people were upset because it looks like I guess from the movie Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
I saw a lot of.
There's a dude with like who's just a head floating in that machine, and it looks still like, oh my god, it looks almost exactly the same.
Helmet Down though,
and Lava Girl.
Helmet Down is like the cartoon comic iteration.
It's awesome.
Keep the helmet down the entire time.
But it's like golded out. Like in the comic book, it is like flesh face, but he looks just like the Helmet Down version.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like a big head around it, but it's like the face is shrunken down into a singular circular point. Yeah. Whereas the mask open was just like a widened face, which was
like
stupid.
His pudgy face just popped out.
It looked so bad. It looked awful. Like I don't know how
MODOK looks sinister when he's in MODOK is fucking scary when he's a villain. Like, and he's like, he uses his forehead beam to massacre millions of people. Like, he only uses his beam like fucking twice in the entire movie.
They used him more as a comedy prop.
Yeah, it was definitely more comedy.
The true villain.
Especially when he came in at the beginning, like he was kind of a big badass. When he first,
he
kills like a gazillion people, and all of a sudden he kind of sucks.
Yes,
they made him more like Daryl than anything.
Yes.
Yeah,
you know, so which was just so.
There was a scene.
That was a swing and a miss.
Yeah, there was another scene where it's like I thought he easily should have taken out the ship, and he doesn't take out the ship or whatever.
Right.
If you go back,
he's the greatest fucking weapon created and everything. You tell me he can't take out this one ship.
If you go and watch Earth's Mightiest Heroes and Avengers Assemble, which are the two main Avengers universe like cartoons, MODOK is a notorious villain that gives them the run for their money consistently. And this guy's a laughable. MODOK fucking shites on Antman in the cartoon. Like, Iron Man has trouble with MODOK because him and Iron Man are the exact same intelligence level. And you telling me
you could argue that MODOK's tech is better than Iron Man's.
100% facts. And then you're going to talk about how Ant-Man's going to outsmart him when it's not even the smart version of Ant-Man, it's the thief version of Ant-Man.
Yeah, Scott's not like a brilliant person by any stretch.
So in the cartoons, there's two different Ant-Mans. There's Scott Lang Ant-Man, which is the thief, and then there's like Hank Pym's son, which is like a super genius Ant-Man.
No. In the movie, like Paul Rudd's daughter is way smarter than
Hank
Paul
Pym's Ant-Man. Like there's a young Hank Pym Ant-Man, not the son. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a fucking super nerd and I'm a fucking idiot. Hank Pym, young Hank Pym, super smart genius, and then fucking Scott Lang thief, electrical engineer or whatever. Like he's smart.
He's still smart.
He's still smart, but he's not fucking particle and not
genius,
like he's
not on the level of superheroes.
I really enjoyed the Quantum Realm as a whole, though.
Yes.
I kind of enjoyed the fact that there's just these other universes and worlds of people.
I like the Quantum Realm more than I like Doctor Strange's world, which is supposed to be way more apparent, but is fucking nothing.
Right.
Great scenery, great characters.
A lot of CGI, which you can't really avoid because you're in the Quantum Realm. So it's just the way it is. But a lot of CGI. It is what it is. And then
Flashlight Head was awesome.
There was little
I hate that all the droids I like in every movie die.
Spoiler alert.
Oh,
the droid?
Flashlight Head.
Flashlight
Head.
Well, that was sad.
That's his real name, but
that was sad.
Yeah, the guy, he's awesome.
Every Star Wars movie besides R2-D2 and C-3PO, all the cool ones die.
Yes.
Rogue One, the awesome banter between the two,
the big one
was awesome. And it just sucks.
It does suck. But you gotta kill some people. You know what I mean? It's a rebellion. People gotta die. You know what I mean?
But let a human die. Let a little droid live.
Killing droids is less emotional.
Let an alien live.
We saw Bill Murray die. He deserved it. Shout out.
Spoilers.
Bill Murray had 15 minutes in
the
movie.
Yeah,
but
that was a funny scene.
It was a funny scene.
I love Bill Murray.
There's little things, especially when you have these like extraterrestrial. I don't even know if that's the right word because it's not aliens, but like these otherworldly worlds, basically.
Subatomic particles.
Yeah, like the part where when they drink the ooze, they can communicate.
That
was
that
different and cool. You know, awesome. I like that idea. Like that was creative and interesting.
For the world. Imagine how awesome it'd be.
Oh my god!
Yeah, just drink a substance and everyone speaks the language.
Yeah, that was great.
How awesome would that be?
The whole world could just speak the same language.
That'd be so cool.
Like, so they definitely did a lot of like cool little things here. This was also the first time where Ant-Man was kind of a badass. Where, especially in the other Avengers, he's Ant-Man. He's kind of a butt of a joke. Right, like this one, the way he utilizes his size and things like that, like he was almost head to head with Khan. King Kong's got nothing on me. Yeah, like he
had that type of.
Yeah, like he held his own against the great one of the Conqueror. You know what I mean? And I enjoyed that where like he was, because again I feel like him and Hawkeye get kind of shat on. You know what I mean? And I like those guys, so I'm glad that they had.
Well, Hawkeye deserves it.
Well, Hawkeye has no real talent. He's no powers. He's a skill set.
That's what I'm saying. At least Ant-Man has some power.
He has some power, specifically in his suit. But like, it was cool. Now, I also
that's true. He doesn't specifically have any power. He can use the particles.
Correct. I did really enjoy too the use
of particle power.
They still had a strong use of ants and bugs in this movie.
Best part of the whole movie was the ant army, dude.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
Like I said, I enjoyed that.
Once they got like all sucked in, and you saw a little ant go down there, you're just waiting for him.
You're waiting for them to come back.
Also, wanted to give you props because when you saw the shadows of the ants, you were like, "Oh fuck yeah, the ants!" I thought it was a fucking someone. I thought it was a guy. And then I saw the antennas and shit pop out. I was like, "Those antennas."
It's about time. I'm waiting.
You were like, I heard your reaction as soon as you saw like the first leg pop out. I was like, "Oh, what the fuck is that?" And then I heard your reaction, and then I saw the ants, and he was like, "About time the ants started showing up." I was like, "Oh fuck, the ants."
I was waiting. It's like any moment they're gonna pop it up. I was waiting.
But me and Ben were both chiming back and forth to each other, like, "Oh, he's about to do this. Oh, he's about to do this." Yeah. It was. The one problem I had with the whole movie was that it's super cliche.
They were definitely explaining a lot of things to new viewers.
Correct.
Like they definitely were redundant in a lot of statements and stories.
So I didn't like his stories too much. It was just there's a lot of cliche lines just to get a laugh or just to get something. And it's like you could have cut back on some of the cliches a little bit more, and the writing and dialogue could have been a little bit better for some parts.
A little cleaner.
He had a line where he was like, "I'm Ant-Man," and literally 2 seconds before he said, "I'm Ant-Man," I literally turned to Ben and was like, "He's about to say, I'm Ant-Man," and he was like, "I'm Ant-Man," like Michael Keaton did for I'm Batman, and I was just like, it just there was a ton of shit. The father-daughter line, the aspect of the whole thing, and a lot of it.
Or like Iron Man said, "I'm Iron Man."
Yeah, like it was very cliche to a whole bunch of shit.
I did enjoy their.
They did it great though. So like they didn't do it poorly.
Right.
No. So that's they could have easily done it shitty.
There's cliches. A lot of them were really funny.
Correct.
The moment that Cassie and Scott had together when they were both giant. And like, "You're huge, I know, right?" And Cassie's like, "I'm starving." And then Paul was, "I know, right?" And she goes, "And I want I want some lemons. Use the citrus, it's crazy." Like that moment was kind of cool.
That's one of the funny moments.
Yeah. I also love it because when she shrinks back down, she shows her fatigue.
Yeah,
which stays true to Scott when he first got big. Like he didn't know what was going to happen and stuff, and he was always like getting tired afterwards, and you see how he's built up his stamina over the years of doing it.
He was teaching her how to fight, like, jump and tap, jump and tap.
I did it! No, you didn't. I watched you.
Yeah, which is great, because, obviously you do all the training in the world, but the best heroes and, champions, you learn it all in the middle of the fight, and you grow in the middle of the fight. Yeah. And they did a really good job with that, with all characters, really, just kind of showing that growth throughout the movie.
This also ties in their overarching theme for Phase 4, which was they're bringing the Young Avengers on.
The young guns.
The Ant-Man's daughter, along with Hawkeye's protege, all the rest, Young Avengers. They're going to bring they're going to bring Iron Man's daughter or kid probably when they grow up.
Yeah, Tom Holland is a kid, so he's there.
So they're probably going to be the Young Avengers are probably going to come Phase 6.
I'm cool with that.
Because they're going to finish out the rest of Phase 5 with Hawkeye 2, Loki 2. Yeah.
So Catherine Newton was the actress that played Cassie, and I thought she did a good job.
It's also cool to get another brain in there.
Sure.
Because there's not too many smart people left. So it's cool to get a brain in the young.
They need now there won't be Hulk or Iron Man's brain, but there'll be brains.
I mean, she created a fucking sonar. echolocation sonar for the quantum realm in the basement with
scraps,
no fucking.
yeah.
I think she's pretty fucking intelligent.
I mean, they're pin particle scraps, but they're still scraps.
Yeah.
True. Pin particle scraps are major scraps.
Yeah. People of the world would love to work with those.
So
scraps.
now this leads up to my number one gripe. Now I'll say this before I get my gripe.
My number one gripe was the fucking clichéness. So I'm curious to hear what your
So Jonathan Majors, who played the Conqueror,
oh no, I love Jonathan Majors.
He did great. I thought he actually did, and this is not really his fault. I actually liked him more in Loki. I thought the writing and stuff was a little better for him there.
How awesome do you have to be though to act 2,000 roles in the exact same role?
You gotta be.
You see the last scene when they were all the Kangs were there? That's such a fucking awesome acting. Like, that's so fucking cool.
No, I agree.
Once again, we try not to give away spoilers in this.
But here we are.
I mean, that's not.
It was literally the end credit scene. So.
Yeah, but in Loki you saw all the Kangs, so it's really not that big of a deal.
Yeah. Fair enough. So here's my problem with King the Conqueror. If he is this almighty, super powerful, greatest thing in the world, why does he need Antman? Why did he need Antman to shrink the core? Why couldn't he
just needed the pin particles.
Why can't he just be a pin particle? Like, he's supposed to be like it.
Well, they don't have the pin
He's supposed to have.
He needs
I get what you're saying.
He's supposed to be the
have
greatest.
technology like thousands of years.
He created this empire, like
hundreds of years in the future.
Yeah, like
and
he couldn't make the pin particles.
With all the
pin particles are one of a kind, bro. And all of Marvel,
it's the all universe.
I get what you're saying. With all the tech that he had hundreds of years in advance, and everything, hundreds of years in the future, he can't make anything to stop Antman or the pin particles or nothing. But you would think he'd have weapons that would take Antman down in no time.
And that's all. There's no world where Antman should be having a head-to-head battle.
Has any futuristic Marvel universe had has any Marvel comic book or any universe come out with anything that can do what pin? I think pin particles are the only thing that can do that.
I agree with you in the whole shrinking part and needing the core.
And in shrinking and enlarging.
I get that for needing the pin particles and everything. And not coming up with pin particles. My thing is just the tech he has in the weaponry and the guns should have obliterated the army and Antman and all that stuff.
He should have.
Hold on. Before if that's the case, then why would the Infinite Kangs have put him there if he had the technology to get out? They did that because pin particles are one of a kind to Earth 616 in this time frame.
I'm not talking about getting out. I'm just talking about
him also defeating the pin particles.
No.
I'm just talking about him winning the war and putting down the rebellion.
He should have put down the rebellion.
He should have easily put him.
He was talking about the pin particles where he needed him, which is why he needed.
Yes, and I said I agree with you.
He needed Scott to make the core bigger. That's why he needed Scott.
Smaller. But yes, I agree with you on
that.
Yes,
in that instance, yes, to make it smaller.
Yes.
Yeah,
I agree with you on that.
So he needed Hank Pym. Or he needed the pin particles.
Being the great, he should have basically made his own pin particles. Basically, kind of get like if he's this unstoppable force, which he's pretty much laid out to be. He's supposed to be the greatest villain ever. He should have been able to have done that without.
Okay, and I'm saying
he also should have. That's it. This shouldn't have been a fight at all.
So you have an issue with Marvel Universe itself because Kang's Infinite Selves didn't have this technology because if they had this technology, Kang would have had it and he would have gotten out.
That's what I'm saying. So if they weren't trapped in the quantum realm, and he still could go back in time and everything, he could have. Kang being what he is, could have went back and stolen the pin particles and got the technology.
But because there's a million different versions,
because he was trapped. He was only that technology, and that was the technology that he needed.
He was also only trapped because his core broke.
Yes.
Once Michelle Pfeiffer fixed the core, he was able to leave. She sabotaged the ship again. So he was about to get out. Getting out doesn't seem that challenging for the record.
No, because Kang's people, the Infinite Kang, sabotaged the ship, and the only reason they fixed it was because Michelle Pfeiffer helped him.
Right.
If he didn't have that help, she would have never fixed it.
I would have hoped that the greatest villain and person of all.
I'm going off of storyline, and the storyline they felt laid out was that he couldn't fix that without Michelle Pfeiffer.
Why is Michelle Pfeiffer, who's kind of an average person?
Because they needed Grease involved.
I understand.
And all the technology and all the
that is Michelle Pfeiffer, right? Grease.
He couldn't remake a new core.
Who is
you
that?
say Grease?
Grease 1. Who's that?
That's Sandy. No, it's not Michelle Pfeiffer.
Is it not Michelle Pfeiffer?
No.
Damn.
No.
All right.
She's Catwoman.
Oh my god, I can't believe I'm blanking.
She's Catwoman.
I want you to look it up.
Oh, yes. Yes, you are right. She's the original Catwoman. Michael Keaton's Catwoman.
Yeah. And now I'm left with one overarching.
Oh, wait. Isn't it like Olivia Newton-John? That's what it is.
That's it. I'm left with
Yes,
one.
I did it before I looked it up. Fuck yeah!
So I do have one kind of overarching question. Now, I had two, like throughout the movie. The one was answered. The one question that I had was who exiled him. That was answered at the end.
The Kangs.
What the second question I had was, and I don't think it was really said, but why?
I thought it was the end. I thought it was the end of Loki.
So I think they talk about it in Loki.
Okay, refresh me.
He talks about there.
Loki was a long time ago.
He talks about there being one Kang.
Yeah.
That was just going to destroy all the other Kangs and take over the entire universe.
And he was sniffing that out or something.
And they exiled that one Kang.
So
all the Kangs they mentioned in Loki, like they all.
He also said something worse is coming. He's worried. He thinks something other.
Yeah, it's Galactus.
There's something. It's probably
that what it is?
I'm saying Galactus.
Okay.
Galactus is the World Eater.
The World Eater.
Now, my other question is...
I don't think they're bringing Silver Surfer, though.
I think they are, because the original shit died. The original Fantastic Four sucked.
Okay, so I know Silver Surfer always goes...
Well, they brought him back and they killed him,
so, Galactus, it wasn't a good job, but in...
Chris Evans,
wasn't that, or was it...
Well, Chris Evans...
Fantastic Four.
There was the Jessica Alba, Chris Evans one.
Yeah, the Jennifer Alba.
Then there was the Miles Teller
now this is the original one. I think
right, then there's the John Krasinski one.
Well, maybe,
but...
Hopefully, I think they did.
Too, but...
Conspiracy theorists say that Marvel put Krasinski in the alternate Reed Richards role to get fans to be like, oh, he sucked at this. We don't want him anymore.
No, but fans is just fueling even further.
Correct.
But Galactus is the World Eater, and Silver Surfer goes ahead of him and scouts out worlds.
Silver Surfer's one
for him to come.
Silver Surfer's one of 4 heralds of Galactus.
The first Fantastic Four.
Yes. Silver Surfer gets powers from him, doesn't he?
Silver Surfer gets the cosmic powers.
Yeah,
he already has the surfing board has cosmic powers as well.
Gotcha.
That he gets. He's essentially souped up. He's SS when he's super speed. He's fucking super sport.
Super souped.
He's super souped when he's fucking. He's just souped regularly, but he's super souped when he's got Galactus.
So then the other thing, and again, kind of more.
If it's not Galactus, I got no idea what the fuck MCU's doing. That's fucking bullshit. If it's not Galactus, it's bullshit because no other than Thanos and Kang and Doom.
I think they're Kang it's about Kang, man. Galactus is not something I've heard a lot. I've heard a lot of Kangs. Like
no, 100%. But like, so he's Kang the Conqueror is the guy that they're fighting now.
Correct.
There's no alternate version of Kang that's similar to that Kang. Kang the Conqueror, the one that they're fighting in Antman, is the exact Kang the Conqueror, purple and green suit, mask with the fucking with the full mask visor, the helmet with the full mask visor, the cape. That's Kang. Okay, so
in this universe.
No. In the universe where he's a villain, that's Kang. The Pharaoh Kang, all the other Kangs you see, those aren't Kang the Conqueror. Kang the Conqueror is the only one that's
because he's trying to conquer.
Because he's trying to eliminate the rest of the Kangs and be the sole Kang.
Just eliminating everything, but not just the Kangs.
The Infinite Kangs are like
almost. Kang the Conqueror wants there to be like one timeline where he rolls over.
Correct. And that's the reason why. Then that's what he's doing. He's killing every other timeline, so the only timeline exists is his.
And other Kangs and everything.
So I guess I'll get my other question. So, and this is something that, as we saw the end credit scene, that kind of popped in my mind. There definitely seem to be kind of a hierarchy, though. The Kangs, like the one guy goes.
The 3 Kangs that are the last scene.
Right. Because they summon, or the one summon them all. So I guess my question is, how is if they're all supposed to be universe versions of each other, how is there then a hierarchy? In my mind, they should all be the same. Like some are
stronger.
How?
They determine that.
Who?
Some of them
Tyler,
have different powers. Some of them have different powers, different brain, different IQs. Some of them are smarter than others. Some of them are different species. They're just all different, and they come down to some of them just being stronger. Just like all the Lokis were different.
The thing that
all
this
Lokis
Kang
are different,
has
and our Loki.
But there wasn't a hierarchy, though.
The thing that this Kang has over everyone, though, the thing that this Kang has over all the other Kangs, though, is that this is the only one that's said he's seen the last of time. Which, if you lore-wise, if you see the last of time, you become that. You don't come back from that. No one's seen the last time and come back, except for Kang the Conqueror. So that's the only thing. That's the only scary part about Kang is that in every other anime, cartoon, book I've watched, if you go to time, if you travel back in time or travel so far in the future in time where you see the end of time, you're fucked. You don't go back. You become that. You never go back in time, or you never go back to what you originally were. You always are. You become the infinite void that is time.
And because of all the traveling he could do, that's like you said. If he wasn't trapped in the quantum realm, he could have went and stolen the pin particles and figured them all out.
Spend an hour at the pee again.
He had to, he couldn't do it because he couldn't escape the quantum realm.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll wrap up Tips and Tangents with Antman and the Wasp: Quantumania. All right, we're back from break. We're going to do kind of hit on everything. We're going to do some scores real quick. So now, normally when you hear a movie review score, you hear like out of 4, out of 5, because we're being different and unique. We do it out of 6. And
Buttery pop.
Yeah,
who gives a shit? Not us.
Yes, not stars, not thumbs up. It's also out of buttery popcorns.
6 is the number of Jumbo Tub popcorns that each of us can consume at one time, so that's what we decided.
Give or take,
Yeah,
yes.
666.
Ooh, devilish.
All right, say it, Sam.
The baton.
What's up? Jesus Christ. Move forward. All right, so I'm gonna give my score. I enjoyed this. It's not like one of the. I don't even think it's not even my favorite Ant-Man, to be honest, but I did enjoy this movie. I was very.
You like Ant-Man 1 more than Quantumania?
I did. I liked Ant-Man 1 a lot.
All right.
I was very stale with the Marvel Universe. I was worried about where we were going. I now have a clear path. I know what we're rooting against. I know what we got to do, and I'm excited about Phase 5. So that's overall. Now, again, this movie though is a fine movie. There's some quarrels with it that I have that we've alluded to. There are some things I really like that they did. All in all, very solid movie. I'm gonna go to 4.5 buttery popcorns out of 6.
Okay. What do you think, Ben? Score-wise?
I think I'm right around where Tyler is. 4.5. That's also what we gave Thor: Love and Thunder. And I was thinking this movie's right about on par with Thor: Love and Thunder from last week.
Did we all give Thor: Love and Thunder 4.5?
I believe so. It had the comedy factors in it.
I enjoyed that for different reasons.
Yeah. We all gave it 4.5.
It's not like
it's right on that same tier though for me. Like I said, it's on the middle, like of all the Marvel movies, it's like right in the middle.
Correct.
To maybe eking over to the top half of the movies.
I think it's a top half.
It's not a bottom.
I don't think it's a bottom half movie.
Right.
I really enjoyed it. You talked about the cliches, but there were still some funny cliches in there. Lots of funny moments, lots of great characters.
Hilarious moments. This movie was funny as fuck.
Yes, we were laughing through the whole movie. You're laughing.
We were laughing.
It's a Paul Rudd. It's a Marvel movie. It's a Paul Rudd movie though. It's funny.
That's a fact.
I think everyone in America, like I said, we talked about it. Everyone loves fucking Paul Rudd, or everyone loves Paul Rudd, but fucking in the wrong order of those words. There.
Hey, me and Paul Rudd.
I'm sure everyone loves fucking Paul Rudd too. So. The ladies at
This is the Gayness podcast.
This is the Gayness 101, full circle.
GAYNUS.
The ladies at this Super Bowl party, they were all talking about they love Paul Rudd. They're like, oh, he ages like fine wine. He ages so well. He's cuter now than he was back in the day. Like Brie and Rachel are talking about him. Yeah, from Clueless. They said he's better looking now than he was in Clueless. And they're talking about everything. Like everyone loves Paul Rudd. It's a classic Paul Rudd movie, but also in the Marvel universe. And
has anyone gotten uglier after they became rich, though?
What's that?
Has anyone gotten uglier after
Madonna?
They became rich?
Not many people.
That was surgeries. That wasn't.
Doesn't matter.
Michael Jackson.
He's still
also surgeries.
But still, he got rich and got uglier.
Yeah.
Yeah, but typically people.
To answer your question,
people typically are ugly and then get hella hot.
Maybe.
Look at the Tom Brady draft picture and then him now. It's like he has his butt chin and all that stuff, and it's like proof that you just need money to be better looking.
That's true. As far as what's next in Phase 5, especially this year, when you look at the TV side, we should have Secret Invasion coming out pretty soon.
Loki 2's coming out.
We have Loki 2, which was obviously teased in Ant-Man, and then at the end of the year, we have.
I love how they did it though too.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Old school. Where
Well,
they
because
go
that's
under
that version of Khan is one of the
Kang, dude.
Kang, whatever. Kang is one
Kang,
of the
but Kang.
is one of the one of the versions of it. You know, that 1900 Wisconsin version.
Sure.
You also have Agatha coming out late next year as far as the TV show.
Coven.
Yeah.
So
I love that.
As
I'm
far
sorry,
as-
I'm not gonna lie, I call him Don Kang because he looked kind of like Don Kang.
Black Albert Einstein.
Black Albert Einstein.
And then we have two more movies. We have Guardians, which will be out in May, and the Marvels, which will be out later in the year.
The
I kinda
last
think-
Guardians, isn't it?
I believe so.
They're not
I
making
think
other
people are gonna.
Guardians afterwards.
I kind of think other people are gonna die in this Guardians movie.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
was too.
The
They released
intro,
the
the
preview
preview
for it.
is
That's
the
good.
preview is them carrying Star Lord out, but I see a
That's
couple of
too
them
easy.
dying.
Yeah, that's too easy.
Yeah, no, they're not going to show
Drax-
Star Lord like
Drax
that.
definitely
That's what
dies
he
because you know Batista's not in the MCU anymore.
But again, as we know, death means nothing to the MCU.
Well, facts.
Oh, the
Facts.
multiverse is here. So
Facts. The
you can
multiverse
pop
is
up
the
anytime.
multiverse.
And have a different actor play you, as you know, so it doesn't
They're
matter.
also-
I'm more for different actors than bringing back actors who've already played them because to me it makes it just
It stales.
seem less emotional.
They're
and
also bringing on a
It
new
takes
character.
their
though.
death.
Yeah.
They're also bringing on a new character though in Guardians 3, Adam Warlock. One of
Yeah,
the
which
guys.
they they teased after the second one.
They teased that after like the second.
He was part of the end credit scene on the second one.
Yeah, he's also the end credit scene of like the second Marvel movie ever, where the dude's looking through the collector's
What
shit.
second Marvel movie? I mean, Iron
Okay,
Man?
well, do you remember the after credit scene when not John Goldman, the fucking who's the sexy dude from fucking Jurassic Park, dude with the glasses?
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum. Remember him as the collector in space, and he was with his whole fucking all the shits in the fucking tubes.
This is
live.
Guardians.
Yeah, that's
That's
after
Guardians?
the first Guardians.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's Adam Warlock.
So
He's getting
yeah.
talking
in, his,
dog
in,
and-
the, in the cocoon
yeah.
with
Yeah, the golden.
with the duck from Marvel.
The duck, that's what
Yeah.
Yes.
So you see the cocoon of Adam Warlock, who Adam Warlock is like the number 1, number 2 strongest Marvel hero
He's
of all time.
He's a
type
big deal.
shit.
He's a big deal. He's Captain Marvel-esque strength.
So he's like, and he's played by the dude who was in Maze Runner, the antagonist in
He's
Maze Runner.
also in We Are the Millers.
And We Are the Millers, the kid from We Are the Millers.
Oh,
the boy,
that's who's playing Adam
Yeah.
Warlock. Nice.
the boy from We Are the Millers, the
He's,
little
dude,
kid.
he's like grown up into a fucking man and like lifted and
Yeah.
stuff.
He looks the exact same.
You
Head
guys
the
are
exact
getting
same.
paid?
Head the exact same.
So funny.
He looks the exact same. It's like if you
Really?
took his head from We Are the Millers and put him on a full adult male's body,
It's kind of weird.
it's
yeah.
gross.
No, so his face looks the same, but his body
It sucks.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all. He looks creepy as fuck.
It does look weird.
If you watched him in Maze Runner, he looks weird as fuck in that shit.
So
that bad than that.
Yeah. He looks constipated right
Dressed up as Adam Warlock.
now.
He's got off the one
Is he
screen
shitting his bed? Is he shitting his pants right now?
I'm just saying he looks more grown.
Tell me he's not pooping his pants right now.
He's just grown.
he's trying not to poop his pants.
He's holding it in. It's
Yeah.
not constipated. He's probably has diarrhea. He's trying to hold it in right there.
That's
Unfortunately, that's not one of his powers.
That's
so
a
he's
clenched
struggling.
butt. That's a clenched butthole.
Let's move forward. so
Way
that
off the rails.
that wraps up our Town
Well,
Tangent.
Dan, did you give your score?
Did I?
Did you disagree with it? I didn't write you down for anything.
What's your score, bud?
What did you guys give? 6.5?
Yeah, 4.5.
4.5?
I was 4.5.
I'm gonna give 4.5.
Okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say 4.4, 4.6, but it doesn't matter.
So again, that wraps up Town Tangent.
It's 4.5.
4.5. That also gives a little bit of a preview of kind of what's coming up in the, this year with the MCU.
This is very similar to, not similar, but very equally.
Different.
This is equal to Thor: Love and Thunder for sure.
For different
reasons. That's what I don't want to say. It,
Yeah, let's go back to past movies with characters you've seen in the past before, and they're on a new adventure in a new
it
area.
semi-parallels them.
And you're getting into the future of what's coming and a future young adventure.
The last 3 movies, though, have made me way more excited about Marvel Universe than the rest of Phase 4,
Than most
which
of Phase
was
4.
Agreed.
all the shitty movies, all the shitty fucking TV series, and Doctor Strange.
We'll talk. Yeah.
Just can't wait for mutants.
Alright, so we do other things than just watch movie TV shows. We actually can read a little bit. So in fact, barely. So next week is our, we're finally going to do our Book Hogs Anonymous, which is our segment where we...
I mean, I think it's about 4 or 5 months press.
Give or take.
I use Audible.
Yeah, so...
hey, no free shout-outs. We're not sponsored.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I use a reading app. I miss elementary school when the teacher and other
Taught
kids
them how to
in class
read.
would read. I just read songs.
So, we try to do it once a month. It never really works out because there's just too much going on. But anyway, and once in a while, we have a guy book club, if you will.
I like that. Not once a month, once in a while book club.
Yeah, once in a while book club. And the name of the segment is Bookaholics Anonymous. So, again, just kind of like we do with the drinks, we each take turns picking a book. So this book was my book that I chose. We try to want to do something a little more recent instead of, because if you guys go back and listen to our episodes, we've done kind of like classics.
Yeah.
So this is one that's like brand new, that way nobody else has read it. This is one of the new Stephen King books called Fairy Tale. So if you haven't already, try to get it and follow along with us. We're going to be reviewing it again next week for next week's episode. You have time to get it. You can find it at Walmart, Amazon, anywhere you want.
It is a page turner.
It is a page turner. It's a little bit lengthy, but you have a week to get it done. If you're in that life, you can get done and follow along with us at that time. All right. As I've lost my co-host, we're going to get on out of here because there's nothing left to say. But please give us a like, share, follow on all of our social media networks. You can find us individually and the show on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. Again, you can find the podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, anywhere you get podcasts. Obviously, you can.
Please check out our YouTube page.
You can check out our YouTube page. What's the name of the YouTube page? Just
Tab Belligerent.
There you go. When you do listen, again, tell people about us. If you like what we're talking about, you think we're funny, you think we're goofy, if you think we're weird, you think we're jerks, whatever. There's somebody that probably agrees with you. So let them listen and agree with you on that.
Let us know so we can fix ourselves and make ourselves better.
Or try to.
Please like, follow, hit that notification bell so you get every time that we drop an episode, it comes right to your fucking notifications. Yeah. You listen to us immediately. Please, the more likes, the more subscriptions, the more likes we get, the better. We're gonna grow. And the more we grow, the more we can give you guys. So,
honestly,
come on. We need you. Please, we need you.
So, on that note, we're going to get on out of here. So, signing out, this is your boy, T.Wade.
Benjamin Augustus.
And DannyMatt.
Keep living the dream.
Peace.